when restoring these cars, I can't do this all by myself. I do turn wrenches. I am pretty mechanically inclined, but when you have this many vehicles, you need help. And so I have a mechanic that helps us full-time with these iconic vehicles. His name is Derek. He's a master mechanic of many years. And over the time, we've kind of grown into a friendship. And when he first came on board, we had 2 movie cars, and now we're up to 8. So we definitely need him double full-time. So I want to introduce you guys to him. He'll be part of the channel. You'll be able to meet him and kind of see what he does, because we have torn a lot of these cars down to nothing. And come on in, Derek. What's up, man?
What's up?
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
I don't need to shake hands. I already know who you are.
All right.
So anyways, Derek, tell the people a little bit about your background, who you are, what you're into, and car-wise, not anything else, what you're into.
Well, I grew up around street rods and stuff like that. My uncle was a really big part of that when I was a child. And I started working for Ford for a few years, and then I went to Chevy and been there for about 6 or 7 years. And I met you at a dealership, started doing side work, and the coronavirus thing happened, and they were basically not enough work. So you offered me a job to come here full time, and I'm like, okay, sweet, you get to work on movie cars, you know, like you said.
Which you didn't believe me. You were like, this guy's bullshit.
You said he had Monica. I'm like, sure. You have a replica. He's like, no, I got the real thing. I'm like, So I came here, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's not full of it, you know.
Right. And that's how we kind of mesh. Like, we're into the kind of the same thing. We're not specific to one brand, make, model. We like imports. We like domestics. We like pretty much everything. So when you came to the garage and saw what we had in here, I'm sure you were like a kid in a candy store, like, holy shit. I know that our Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4 you fell in love with right away, and I knew right then the guy was an import guy. But when he came in, we only, again, had 2 movie cars, and then over the last year, it has grown. I mean, month after month, we were finding this car, finding that car, driving Ohio, road trips. I mean, it just got real damn insane. But what we gathered, though, with every car that came here, it needed restoration. I mean, some don't even have engines, transmissions. Some just were put together wrong. I mean, even though when somebody told us, oh, it was a rebuilt engine or right, we dug into it and we're like, this is all kinds of wrong. So a lot of questions people are going to ask us, oh, what's your favorite car? What's your favorite car? I don't even know if I've asked you, like, in this collection, what is your favorite car that we have? The
favorite Fast and Furious car I have is obviously one we can't reveal yet, but the one that's not is definitely the 3000 GT.
The VR4, yeah. I can see where you'd go with that. Those cars right now, all the Japanese supercars are trending big time. The VR4s, the Supras, the RX-7s, the 3000 or 300ZXs. I mean,
even 240s are going ridiculous.
Yeah, they are. And that's kind of where the channel is going to go. Specifically, this is going to be Fast and Furious. I mean, the content and the stuff that we have is absolutely amazing, and we have a lot of restoring to do. But we also have cool cars that we're going to be introducing in the mix as well, Integra Type Rs, Fox Body Mustangs, the VR4, and God knows whatever else we end up grabbing. You know, I'm a car guy of all kinds, and again, not specific to any one brand. I mean, that's just silly. When I see people, oh, I'm Chevy only or this and that, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, there's good things about every manufacturer.
Exactly.
And there's bad things about every manufacturer.
And a lot of these cars we're learning as we go. I mean, each car is manufactured differently and has their own problems and this and that. So we're kind of learning as we go. We have the software to look up problems and wiring schematics and all the other stuff. And so it's not an easy task to restore these cars. If we had one of the same, like 10 of the same, I guess, then we'd blow through these left and right. But we're not doing that. Everything is different.
Everything's different, because I only came from a Ford and Chevy background. So when I started here, I had to learn Hondas and learn the Eclipse, and I'm learning 240s now. So
we certainly have our fair share of 240s. We have 3 of them right now in the collection. 2 Letty 240s and 1 from Fast 4. In which the Letty 240, Derek has already completely broken down. Those will be probably
2 days.
2 days, yeah. He blew through that damn thing. I hope it goes back as fast as
it's not going to go back together in 2 days, I'll tell you that.
You got 24 hours to put it back together. You had 2 days to take it apart. Figure it out. But yeah, that just came back from paint and body. And then this week you are going to be doing engine work and stuff like that.
Rebuilding the motor, and started putting everything back together and fixing a lot of the issues as they will see in the video that shouldn't have really been there.
Yep.
Or not how I would have built the car.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those ones that we got where this was supposed to be new and this was rebuilt, and we did a test drive and it was an epic fail.
Oh, yeah.
Overheated, transmission was grinding, we lost boost,
Had to push it.
we died. I mean, just all kinds of wrong. It was the biggest epic fail. But you know what? It's those fun moments that we know that we got the car at its worst, and we're going to bring it back to its absolute best. We found a pretty good paint and body shop that we're working with. That's always been kind of a challenge as well.
Job. You did.
Yeah, I mean, that car was in really, really rough shape. These ground effects are molded to the cars, and you know, they had cracking issues. And anyways, they did a jam-up job. I'm pretty happy with what they did. And hopefully, we can continue to cycle them, the cars that we want to be painted and all that. I like to work with just, you know, one person, one company.
Yeah.
I don't like sending things out to multiple. The quality has to be, and you know me, I'm OCD. I am very OCD. And so if I'm happy, then you did something right. And we just want to stay high quality with these builds, because really what I'm trying to do is make these cars last for years. When I'm done with these, and wherever these may go, museums or whatever, I want them to not have to be restored again. Restoring these cars is not easy because a lot of these cars are trending now.
Yeah, which is parts are through the roof.
Parts are through the roof, or they were kind of a limited run of a couple of years, and you know, it's really hard to find the parts.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can find right-hand drive versions, but you need left-hand drive parts. So it really is a stressful situation when restoring these, because it's not a matter of just going on eBay, click, shoot, buy, it's coming. You might have to search for that damn part for a couple of months, you know?
Yeah.
And then when restoring a movie car, you're also up against replica builders. So they're after the same damn parts that you are. You're trying to get your screen use car correct. They're trying to get their replica correct. So you have like two battling forces all trying to buy these things. So I've realized this year it has been very, very hard to find these parts, to restore them, and it's definitely not easy. It's just not. You know, we got lucky on one of the cars that we haven't revealed yet, but we have a specialist that is going to take care of just that specific car, and he has all the parts. Thank God, because that would have taken probably a year just to find the parts.
I don't know nothing about those
Right.
at all.
Yeah, and if you haven't figured it out by now, you will. But it's a very finicky car, and it really takes a certain somebody that knows these to really work on them. So that takes that out of your workload, which is great. We're going to send that, but everything else you're going to have hands on. I mean, Monica,
We've already parts. We restored this. We did the undercarriage. And
Monica went through her summer restoration. She had some rust issues and such, and she spent some time up north in Canada, and when we put it up on the lift, we were like, whoa, looking underneath the skirt was like, eh.
we gotta fix that.
Yeah, so we dropped entire subframe. You took everything out of this car that you could. We sent it to powder coat. You polished the exhaust. I mean, she looks like brand freaking new. This car could be
in SEMA. You can take it in SEMA with it.
I mean, you could literally eat off of it. And so that's kind of like the direction that we're going with. Whether it's a stunt car, hero car, every car is going to get that kind of level of restoration. And again, it's to make these things last and stand the test of time, where somebody 10, 15, 20 years down the road doesn't have to touch them. Like we built them just that badass, you know?
Like I was crazy, like when you told me about the Eclipse, and that pretty much all of them were 420A automatics, and how they shifted it and how they tricked it to move the shift lock out of it.
A lot of movie magic. What you're referring to is all the Eclipses for the film were automatics, other than I believe the hero car that was a manual. But so in order to get like shifting scenes of Paul Walker jamming through gears, they broke the lockout mechanism that you would have to press the brake and press the button and all that. So you can really bang up and down those gears without even touching a damn thing. And stuff like that we're gonna leave, because that is kind of specific to the car. It's not gonna hurt its drivability, and we try to stay 100% within what it should be.
And even this isn't exactly how it was portrayed either. There's interior stuff that's missing. There's the speaker system. The bottles are missing.
Yeah. And again, that was a stunt car, and you know, we can go multiple different directions with these cars. You know, hero cars had the bells, the whistles, the cool stuff, and the stunt cars just needed to look the part. And so we can go any direction with these, and we will do the full interiors, the gauges, the audio, the nitrous, and all that. Even if it really wasn't hooked up in the real car, you know, it's part of the movie, and we'll do just that.
Makes the whole look.
But a lot of fun projects we have here, and this is not going to be overnight. It's not. We have,
We're already a year into this.
Yeah, we're in a year into this, and all we really have gotten done so far is, Monica's restoration per se. We've done some stuff to the Eclipse, but now we're really getting into
a full-blown restoration.
Yeah, this will be the biggest restoration we've done yet, and I mean, you took that car down to a shell. I mean, there was nothing.
No harness,
that damn thing was a roller, is what it was. Which is, we pulled the glass out, we did everything, and that's kind of the proper way, I believe, to restore it. We didn't want tape lines and bullshit like that.
And the gaskets were kind of done anyways. They had multiple tape or paint lines from them painting it the second color.
And when they were painted in the film, I mean, it was fast. These weren't show quality paint jobs by any stretch. I mean, they were just, they needed to look the part, and on film, they can make it look like a
show car.
Exactly. But in reality, the paint jobs were chunky. You had debris in it. Runs, yeah. The seals might have been dried out, but you didn't see that in the film. But when we restore them, we are going after new door seals, new window seals. And again, I just want it to be just amazing looking when you see it.
It should be what it was portrayed, besides the whole 10-second part.
Right, well, none of these are 10-second cars. None of these were 10-second cars at all. But I mean, you, the fans, probably already know that. I mean, it was movie magic. Letty's car we're making pretty quick. And it's not going to be a 10-second car.
That wasn't the way it was, but that's how we got it. But, it should make 4.
Yeah, it's going to make some serious horsepower. But, I guess also the goal is when a fan sees this, when it goes to an event, is to transport them back to that time when that movie came out and exceed their expectation level when they see it.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff puts a smile on my face because I know we did our job, but more so we did right by the car itself. We restored it.
And the fan base.
And the fan base, because I mean, all eyes are on us. We're restoring these cars, and the world knows. I mean, and if you don't know, now you know. But yeah, I mean, we can't let the fan base down, and it cut corners. And again, these aren't replicas. Not that I have anything against replica builders. They do an amazing job of what they do, but these are screen used cars. These are icons. We owe it to them to do these cars right. And
it should be, no one should be able to nitpick it at all. It should be perfect.
Right. I mean, as perfect as one can get with the availability of parts. I mean, we're finding a lot of these. And Letty's Nissan is a perfect example. Nissan parts catalog said they had the headlights, the hood, the fenders, and I'm like,
you go to the dealership, they're like, no one's got them. I'm like, well, then why does it say you have them?
It takes the wind out of your sail because you're like, good, I don't really have to search for these on the aftermarket or through Marketplace or whatever. I can go right to the dealer and get fresh Nissan metal or whatever. And then, so you're ripping and roaring to go and you're ready to place that order, and then you get oh no, those are discontinued.
Well, yeah, we ordered it, and then we waited like 2 weeks, and then I called the dealership's like, no one's got them. I'm like, well, why does it say I can order them?
Yeah, so it becomes depressing at that point in time because it's like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, and so you're back to now you've got to go on the international hunt of parts and through the U.S. and sometimes even overseas for that matter. I mean, these cars, luckily, kind of cool. They were built and distributed all over the world, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's specific to USDM cars like what we have. And again, left-hand drive, right-hand drive. When it comes to interior parts, different animal.
Completely different.
Yeah.
The only thing about the same is the doors. Everything else is separate.
So, but we got our work cut out for us, man.
Oh, yeah.
We certainly do. And again, it's the fans, the followers, everybody that we're sharing this with, that I felt like we need to take this to the mainstream. That's why we're creating the channel. I hope you guys subscribe because, again, you're going to see a lot of amazing stuff.
When I first got here, you're like, I don't want to tell people what I got. I'm like, are you sure?
Right. I am pretty private. In fact, when I got Monica, I kept her private for 4 years. I mean, it was my son that kind of sparked my interest in saying, hey, Dad, let's create a Instagram channel for the Integra. I'm like, I don't really know. I'm not really one to kind of put myself out there, but I did. And then the fans loved it. Right. And then here we are buying more movie cars. And I did it for my own personal well-being or my own collection. I didn't do it to be insta-famous. But I figured, you know what? At this level, we almost have to put it out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because no one else owns 9 of them.
No.
So.
And let's kind of preface a little bit about that. Why can't this collection be topped? I'll tell you the reason why. There's only so many cars on the key car list of Fast 1. And if you run the numbers, and you
to
spin
have those numbers, have those VINs is
right. And if you run how many cars are on that list and how many are still existing, and our hunt, and what I know has been destroyed, what I know might be out there, and what other collectors have, the numbers don't make any. You can't top what we have here. You know, we have the largest collection, which I'm not boasting. I just think it kind of happened that way.
Yeah.
You know, but it's kind of cool to say, you know, we have that.
It's like, you buy this one, okay, I buy this one, and then it's like, oh, we found this one, like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna buy this one too, you know, and then it's just kind of bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where we're Tetris in here.
Yeah, I mean, we have what, almost 6,000 square feet in this garage, and we are literally out of floor space.
I have to pull 2 cars out every morning.
It becomes a challenge, and again, that's part of the headache process too. When restoring, you want your space and your barrier, because you don't want cars colliding in with others, doors opening into others. So I'm still actively looking for Fast 1 cars, but I think this might be it, you know?
I think you're gonna have to get more space.
Yeah.
Or give me the 3000 GT.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. But
try.
but yeah, please guys, like, subscribe to the channel. Again, I'll say it a million more times. Content you're never gonna see anywhere else. This is real screen use cars. I know there's a lot of hype and clickbait out there, but the stuff that you're gonna find on this channel is real stuff. We might play around with some clickbait stuff a little bit here and there, but in the body of what we do, it's gonna be all factual, historic, and I mean, we're kind of saving automotive history right here. And cinematic history for that matter.
I can't think of another movie that had this many cars were such a big audience. Like,
right.
And only thing else is Eleanor, right?
Well, Gone in 60 Seconds is an amazing, you know, film. It's one of my favorites. And Eleanor is a stunning vehicle, but it was a one movie.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it. Fast and Furious, we are 3 weeks away from the reveal of the new Fast and Furious, Fast 9, and they're going to go to 10 or 11. So, I mean, there's something special to be said about this. For any movie to go that far, whether it be a car movie, sci-fi movie, whatever, says something.
What they should be doing is taking some of these and starting to put them in the
well, we're hoping there's going to be some type of throwback, and there's rumor that, you know, some of these cars might be in Fast 9, Fast 10, or whatever. And if you're watching, they're available. If Universal or anybody, any directors wants these in the film, I will be glad to get them to you to be rebooted in Fast 16, 17, 20, 22. But also sponsors, guys, if you want to be part of the channel, you know, I know it's just up and going, but I believe it's going to grow. We welcome that. We're open to anything pretty much. If there's any events out there, whether it be local, we are in the Florida area, but anywhere in the U.S., you know, if it makes sense, we'll bring the cars out there and share it with the fans. Again, I don't want to engage them too much here in the garage, but they are available for certain events and such.
Not just your
not your
restaurant.
not your run-of-the-mill car show. I mean, something that's going to be very special, such as Fuel Fest, which is mainly kind of Fast and Furious, not themed per se, but
imported,
geared towards that. Any of your larger shows where it's going to bring you in mega attendance, absolutely.
Like, even when we picked up that one, the one we can't reveal yet. I mean, people's heads were snapping. You know, we're driving on the highway.
Yeah. But transporting them is a little bit of a daunting task, because we transported 2 open trailer from a museum that we purchased them from. And when we were driving on the interstate, we were so very scared, because you saw people literally breaking. They did triple takes. It was, wait a second, no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where's my phone? And we're like, holy shit, keep your eyes on the road, please. Yeah, but and that's the power of these cars. I mean, these are.
Everybody knows what these are. You
can put these cars anywhere in the world, from a oil-rich country to a third world country, all different races, age groups, and they're so recognizable. There's not a lot of cars in history that do that.
No, and even when the movie came out, like, I was in the street racing before that, and after the movie came out, it just blew up.
Oh yeah.
You know, it got way worse, or not way. It got way worse. Way less, more accidents happened.
It got more mainstreamed. I think people really, if you were on the fence about wanting to get an import car, the movie kind of pushed you to do that. And then people that already had import cars that didn't know how to race now are trying to race everything on the street. So it kind of sparked a generation of its own, I guess, a society, a clique, a group of its own. But Yeah, no other car movie that I know of, man, has this kind of power. It really, and I always believe that cars from the first movie will be the most memorable. I'm a fan. I've watched all the Fast and Furious, but even my memory gets a little fuzzy about what car was that from again? Fast 4, Fast 6, but the Fast 1 cars.
Oh yeah, you know that.
You know damn well Fast 1. Fast 1, it was the bright colors, the graphics, the neon lights, and just the choice of the vehicles fit the film. Today, man, they're jumping, cars out of fucking skyscrapers.
It was about street racing, the first two. You know?
Right.
Just the first one, basically.
And now it's become more of an action film as well. Yeah, but
there's nothing wrong with that. It's still
nothing
good.
wrong with that. And Universal knows whatever's going to put asses in seats is what they're going to do. And street racing might not be exactly, what they believe to be, movie worthy anymore. But as your heritage fans of Fast 1, we all want to see street racing again.
Yeah.
We do. And when you see these cars out in an event or out and about, whether it be a replica, a screen used, it brings your mind back to that time. And that's really something special. It really
I would
is.
like to do something with the Bluetooth 40. I would like to do something out of the movie, but once again, I don't own the cars.
Right. We gotta stay true to the car itself. We can't have, and again, the clickbait, the other shocking different engines and different vehicles. It's not kind of what we're about on these. We gotta preserve movie history. It would be fun as hell to drop an LS engine in Letty's Bluetooth 40 or whatever, but it's just we can't do that. We just can't.
They were out then, though.
Huh?
They were out then.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make any sense. But all right, man. Well,
I
hey,
got nothing else to say.
nice talk. We got a lot of work to
do.
A lot of work to do. So subscribe, like, watch the content. Amazing stuff.